Hi again, everybody, and welcome to this edition of First Person, sponsored as always by the Precision Strip Company in Minster, Ohio. We talk about them all the time. A great place to work, to start a career, to finish one. They're always looking for good people, and they may be looking for you. So give them a call or check them out online with the address you can see it on the bottom of our screen here now, and let them know that you appreciate their support of what we do on Press Pros Magazine each and every week. Symbolically, I do not have the typical first-person interview that you expect every week. As you know, we start on the 2018-19 high school sports season here in a matter of days, and we'll do that this year at Press Pros with somewhat a heavy heart because we'll be missing our friend, our colleague, and our good buddy Stan Wilker, who passed away this past June. It goes without saying that it has been a tough summer. You know, for me particularly, because I got to know Stan so well in such a short amount of time. And many of you, since his passing, have asked the question, how did you guys become friends? How did you become associates? And why was he so important at Press Pros? That story goes back almost 20 years when Joe Neves and I used to do high school play-by-play for basketball out of Miami County here. We'd go up to Marion Local with some of the local teams like Covington and Lehman out of Sydney. And Stan was the athletic director at that time at Marion Local and was always very welcoming, and it made our job so easy because when you went there, stats were there, rosters, everything was there, everything you needed to make the job go better. Stan was that good, that committed, and that welcoming as a representative of Marion Local High School. More locally, about 3 years ago, he came to me and he said, I would love to be a part of Press Pros. I read it every day. I like what you guys are doing. Really think it's exciting. If I could contribute, I'd like to talk to you. So we did talk. And it took me about 5 minutes to recognize I really wanted Stan Wilker as a part of our team. So he came on and immediately moved the needle for us because Stan had so many relationships and he was so enthusiastic and he was so well liked. He took us into new districts, new schools. We met new athletes, new coaches, new administrators, and a whole different market of people who may not have known about Press Pros but have become solid and constant readers since. I mentioned to you that most of you know him from his career at Marion Local High School as a teacher, as a coach, as an administrator, and he loved the people of Mercer County, the Marion community, and particularly the kids that he had in school. Loved talking about the ones that sometimes as a teacher you wonder, when they graduate, how's that kid going to find his way? Called a few of them knuckleheads, as I remember, but he always loved to tell about pointing out the one and saying, there's a guy right there who graduated, went out, went to work, grew up, and is now a pillar of the community. You don't worry about them anymore. They turn out just fine, which was the one attribute of public education that Stan loved to commit to because he felt there was something for every child in the public school. Not only that, most people know about the Marion legacy of championships. Stan was there for that. In fact, he was the athletic director on watch when they hired Tim Goodwin. And since that time, they've won 10 state titles in football, they've won 2 or 3 titles in basketball, and they have become household names for excellence in athletic achievement across the state of Ohio. But in a bigger sense, he was equally proud of the MAC Conference. Stan was there over those 30 years and almost 130 titles in MAC sports. He saw Al Hetrick do what he did at Versailles, Delphos St. John, Todd Schulte, at Coldwater with John Reed and Chip Otten, and of course at St. Henry with Tim Beckman and Jeff Starkey. Not only that, of course, Fort Recovery won a football title about 4 years ago, and since that time, Minster and Garen Stokes have won a pair of titles. Stan loved the fact that when one team won, the conference won. It was shared by everyone. When a team showed up to play for a title, the other schools showed up en masse to watch, to support, and cheer the outcome. That meant as much to him as the fact of anything he personally achieved or individually achieved in his own career at Marion Local. Obviously, he was a man of great passion. He had a lot of different interests. He loved Beach Boy music, loved muscle cars, the St. Louis Cardinals. He could tell you every Cardinal stat clear back into the 50s and the old Gas House gangs, and a big UD Flyer fan for basketball as well. You can't do a tribute like this or talk about Stan in terms of closure. And we will never forget, you can't turn your back and you can't walk away from somebody that special and meant so much. And to Janet and Nick and the rest of his family and friends in Mercer County, I know I don't have to say this to you, but even though he won't be here in physical presence this year, Stan Wilker will not be very far away. His spirit will always be with us, particularly here at Press Pros, particularly with me individually, and I can never say enough about how much I appreciated his friendship and loved having him as part of our Press Pros team. So to everybody out there, we wish you a great 2018 sports season, and while we'll miss Stan in the presence of being here, as I said before, his spirit will live on forever and ever. He was that special, he was that good, and Stan, you cannot know how much we thank you for what you did, particularly for Press Pros. That wraps up this edition of First Person, again sponsored by the Precision Strip Company in Minster, a great place to work, great place to finish or start your career. Give them a call. They may be looking for you. For the sponsors and everybody out there who makes what we do on Press Pros so much fun and so easy, we wish you a great 2018 sports season. Have fun, be careful, be safe, and we'll see you next time with another edition of First Person.